Hi, myself Dr. Ravi Kumar Poluru, Assistant Professor working in the Department of Information Technology. So, my subject is Software Project Management. Today, we are going to discuss about conventional software, conventional software management. So, before going to discuss about the conventional software management, first we need to discuss about what is meant by project and what is the main role of project manager and what is the main role of the project management and how this conventional software management is influenced to the software management. Okay, so first we'll discuss about what is meant by project. So here a project is nothing but it is a group of tasks that need to complete to reach a clear result. For a project also defines a set of inputs and outputs which are required to achieve a goal. It means a project is not a single task, so it is the combination of different types of tasks we need to achieve within a stipulated time to get a clear result. And these projects can be varied from simple to difficult. It is based upon the organization and the company's strength. So based upon the company's strength and the organization, it will be varying whether the project is simple or it will be difficult. So these projects can be handled by one or many persons can be handled these projects. So these projects usually described and approved by a project manager. So next we'll see what is the main role of the project manager, how this project manager will be allocating the teams and how the projects will be allocated to the team members. So here in this project, the project manager will be mainly having some expectations to complete the project within the stipulated time and to handle the logistic and complete the project within the time period. So for a good project development, some team splits the project into a specific task so they can manage responsibility and utilize team strength. For example, for many companies, so MNC companies, mainly we can have here in MNC company we have level level 1 and level 2 and level 3 will be there. So in each level, team members we have the level 1, level 2 and level 3. So in level 1, so we can consider as a freshers, and in level 2 intermediate, and level 3 we can call as the expertise. So these people will be expertise in the particular project or in the field. So for each and every team segregate, it will be segregated into 3 levels, that is level 1, level 1, level 2 and level 3. So here, so the based upon these levels, they are going to assign the task or the module for each and every level here. So coming to here, the software project management. So what is meant by software project management? Software project management is nothing but it is the main art and discipline of planning and supervising the software projects. So it means here in the software project management, mainly we require the planning to segregate the projects in a accordingly. So it is a sub-discipline of a software project management in which software projects plan, implemented, monitored and controlled. It means this software project management mainly they are going to have what are the main requirements. So in the planning stage, they're going to scrutinize what are the requirements are there. And next one is they will go for the designing part for the hardware as well as the software, and they're doing the coding. So after completion of the coding, they go for the monitoring how these projects, whether the project is smoothly going on or not. And finally, they will be controlled. So in each and every level, they're going to try to verify that whether the projects will be completed within the stipulated time or not. So it is a procedure of managing, allocating and timing resources to develop a computer software that fulfills requirements. So in software project management, the client and the developers need to know what is the length, period and cost of the project. So here, for example, here I'm taking some a real-time example. SBA. So this SBA, when they're having some problem, so they're going for the giving the problem statement to the some organization. For example, you can take the TCS company. So most of the SBA companies, banks will be handled by the TCS or the Infosys. So this problem statement will be discussed with the TCS company. So here, the project manager will be discussing with the stakeholder, that is SBA bank. So after discussion of this problem statement, then they will be grouped. These experts will be sitting and using some business use cases. With the help of the business use cases, they are going to discuss related to the problem statement, and accordingly they are going to plan and implement, monitor and control. So in this stage only, we are going to calculate the what is the duration of the project and calculating the cost of the project in the initial stage only. So here, the in the software project management, we have the key task of SPM framework. It means, so first we need to consider the business case analysis. The initial part of this one is business case analysis. So this project management will be handling the use cases analysis of the problem statement, and they're going to discuss about in detail. So what are the main requirements in this stage, and what are the schedule and the cost in the business case analysis will be happening in the first stage. This is the first stage. In the second stage, so we have the planning and analysis. So in the planning and analysis, they're going to verify about what are the different types of the resources they require, and the requirements, system requirement or the software requirements, and what are the analysis they require. So what is the software they require, and what is the hardware they require. So in this second stage, they're going to, in detail, they're going to verify about the different types of the requirements here. And in the third stage, we can call as the architecture and analysis. So this is the main heart of the project. So architecture will be playing very important role. So in the initial stage only, this architecture team will be sitting and they're going to draw the in detail blueprint of the project. So here, in the initial stage only, they're going to use the what are the different types of the hardware and the components will be placed in the architecture. And the analysis is nothing but here the documentations will be prepared. So after completion of the architecture, they're going to prepare the documentation. So this documentation is very helpful to the who are doing the projects in the company. So based upon the documentation, they're going to do the coding part. And the fourth stage is build and test. So build and test is nothing but they're doing the coding part here, and after finishing completion of the coding, they're going to check the what are the different types of the works will be happen after completion of the coding. Okay, so in the testing part only, they're going to check that how many based upon the number of bugs, or we can call as number of issues. So if the code is having more number of bugs, then the cost of the project will be doubled. So if it is minimum, then the cost will be normal. And the next one is the fifth stage is user acceptance. If there is no errors and the project is running very successfully, then it will go for the user acceptance. So here there will be discussion with the best example when they are going to release some products. First, they're targeting to the metropolitan areas, and they're introducing the new products. So they will take the acceptance of the users. Okay. So after here we can tell us the maintenance and the deployments will be happening in the user acceptance here. So that deployment means the final stage, the project will be happening, and the maintenance after the releasing of the product. So what are the problems will be happening, they're going to maintain the product. So that we can call as the last stage, sixth stage we can call as the release stage. It means the product or the project will be released to the end users. So that based upon the inputs from the users, so they are going to check whether the project or the product is successful or not. So here, in this is the main key task of the software project framework here. And here we are going to verify about the software project management as three needs. What are the three needs? Is the first one is the quality. So they have to verify when they are going to take up the project. So the first criteria is the can call as the quality. So they has to do the project with quality manner. And the next one is within the stipulated time, they need to complete the project and they has to verify the cost also. So based upon the time, cost and the quality, the project has to be completed within the stipulated time. So these are the main three criteria for the for every project. So this is we can call as it is an essential part of the software organization to deliver a quality product, keeping the cost within the client's budget and deliver the project as per schedule. So here the main criteria will comes under the quality. So if the project is quality, then they has to verify the time and the cost within the stipulated time. So not only this, so other than that, we have the various factors are there. The one is external and another one is internal. So based upon this external and internal factor, this triple factor will be have the impact. Okay, so these two. So totally we have the five factors for the software project management needs to do the project in time. Okay, now we'll see the what is the main role of the project manager. Okay, so project manager is a character who has overall responsibility for the planning, design, execution, monitoring, controlling, and closure of a project. It means so when the statement is taken from the stakeholders, this project manager will be taking the more responsibility of that particular project, and he will be first sitting with the experts. These experts having the just we can call as the team leaders. These team leaders and the project manager will be discussing about the problem statement of the project. Then he accordingly they are going to plan the project and the design part. So design part is the main heart of the project and execution. And each and every 1 month or 2 months they are going to monitor the project. What is the status of the project? And they're going to control the whether the project is within the budget or not, and when this project has to be completed. So a project manager represents an essential role in the achievement of the projects. A project manager is a character who is responsible for giving discussions, both large and small projects. So he is the main responsibility person for allocating the projects, to whom he has to allocate the projects and to which members this project has to be assigned, whether the project has to be a small or a large one. So the project manager is used to manage the risk and minimize uncertainty. So he is the main person to take the decisions of the projects and makes direct profit their projects. Okay, now we'll see the project management. The main importance of the project management is the design, development, analyze, and evaluate. So here, this project management will be sitting with the experts and they are going to verify about the scrutinize about the so what are the stages we required and what is the here they're going to use the main is the design part and the development part and analysis and evaluate to deliver the project. Other than this, we have the project management as a he must be checking the communication between the stakeholders and the project management, and communication between the project management and the experts of the within the organization, internal as well as the external members. So he's the main whole soul of the communication between. So he will be act like a mediator between the stakeholders and within the organization team members and teamwork. So he will be encouraging the team members to do the work as a team and analysis. So he will be analysis the data. So by taking the reviews for each and every week or 1 month or 2 months. So they're going to analyze whether the project is within the budget or whether the project is going in smooth manner or not. And next one is budget. So initially they're going to identify that what is the cost of the project. Accordingly, they're going to plan the project and the problem solving. So if any problem is arrives in middle, the project management will be handling this uncertainty of the task, so that he will be minimizing the uncertainty of the task in minimum, and he will be achieving the milestones and control of the different areas of the projects and taking the risk and achieving the goals and checking the deadlines of each and every task here. Okay, so here we have the project management will be performing the role. We can call the name as SMART. SMART is nothing but, so S stands for specific. It means here the target is specific area of improvement. So he will be analyzing to whom this project has to be, to give to do the task. And next one is measurable. So measurable is nothing but whether this data has to be quantitative or the qualitative. So if you are taking the quantitative, we'll give some indicators of the progress. So so we can call as the progression of the project. And next one is attainable. A stands for attainable. Attainable is nothing but here state what results can realistically be achieved. So that they are going to verify that what are the different types of the resources are there. And next one is relevant. So whether this content or the project they are doing is the relevant or not. They are going to verify that whether this long-term objective will be impact our organization and time. So for when they're taking any projects, they're going to verify within the achieving the project within the stipulated time. Okay, so this is the main rule. Of the project management. So other than this, we have the project manager having the different types of the roles. One is leadership quality, and next one is mediator, and next one is mentoring. So leader is nothing but here a project manager must lead his team and should provide them directions to make them understand what is expected from all of them. So when initially they are taking the project, so this person, the project manager, will be going to discuss about what are the requirements and what are the different types of the resources will be required, how to complete the project in the stipulated time, and mediator. So this project manager is mainly communicating between the clients and his team. So previously I told that he will be act like a mediator between from the external as well as the internal members. It means this project manager has to be discussed with the stakeholders or the clients we can call, and within the organization he must be coordinate, and the information has to be transferred between the clients as well as the team members and mentoring. So whenever this data will be required, so this project manager will be handling like a guide his team at each and every step, so that the team has an attachment, and he's providing recommendations to his team and points them in the right directions. Okay, so what are the main responsibility of a project manager? So managing risk and issues, and next one is create the project team and assign tasks to several team members. And next step is activity planning and sequencing. Fourth step is monitoring and reporting progress. And the last one is modifies the project plan to deal with the situation. So whenever the uncertainty will comes here, so based upon the uncertainty, this project manager will be considering and minimizing the task here. Okay, so this is the general idea about what is Mumbai project and what is Mumbai software project management and what are the main role of the project manager. Now we'll discuss what is Mumbai conventional software management. So conventional software management we can call as it is an old method, and we can call as traditional approach or a method used to manage development, deployment, and maintenance of software applications. So this approach mainly we have the structured and sequential. It means we have some steps to do the task in a proper manner. So this is we can call as the software development life cycle. Okay, so here in the conventional software management, the first one we have the requirements such as system requirement and software requirement. Then we'll go for the analysis part and program design, coding part, and testing. So these are the stepwise sequence of the structured and the sequential process of the conventional software management. Okay, so here the conventional software management practices are sound in theory. So it means we can easily discuss about the what is meant by conventional software management. But practically, when we are going to discuss about this conventional software management, so we are outdated about the different types of the techniques and the technology what we are using in the conventional software management. So it means we are using only the old techniques in the conventional software management. So in the conventional software economics provides a benchmark of performance for conventional software management principles. So we have two types of things will be there. One is best and another is worst thing. The best part for the software is flexibility. It means we can use the coding part anywhere to achieve the project in the stipulated time. And the worst thing also can call as the flexibility for the software. It means sometimes when you're using the outdated of the technology, so we cannot achieve the project in the stipulated time. So that is the main best and worst thing for the software is flexibility in the conventional software management. Why means so we are outdated with the technology and the techniques in the conventional software management. So we are very difficulty to plan, monitor, and control software development. So here we have the three important analysis of the software engineering industry. So for any company, software development, here we have the first step is the software development is still highly unpredictable. Why it is highly unpredictable? Why means because only the 10% of software projects are delivered successfully within the initial budget and schedule estimate. So remaining the 90% of the software companies, they're not delivering the projects within stipulated time as well as the budget. So these are the main drawbacks of the companies to deliver the projects within the stipulated time. And next one is management discipline. So is more for discriminator in success or failure than the technology. It means there should be a coordination between from the team members as well as the project management and the senior members. And the next one is the level of software scrum. So they need to verify about while they're doing the project, they need to check that this software has to be done with the help of from the scratch. So they has to rework the indicator of the immature process. So based upon this, these are the main important three analysis of the software engineering project. Okay, so here the main conclusion is the success rate for the software project is very low. It means we have only the 10% of the successful delivering of the software projects. Remaining 90%. So this organization cannot deliver the project within the stipulated time. So based upon that, we need to check that what is the software program and what are the current norms for the conventional software management performance. So based upon that, we need to deliver the projects within the stipulated time. So accordingly, in the conventional software management, we have the waterfall model. So this waterfall model is an old method, what we call as the conventional software process management. So here we have the initially we have the two steps or the two stages of the waterfall model. That is analysis part and another one is coding part. So these analysis and the coding part both are having the creative work that directly contributes to the usefulness of the end product. So here, other than this, we need to verify about the different types of the steps. So in the waterfall model, so mainly the first step is we have the requirement analysis, and what are the different types of the requirements, such as the system requirement or the software requirements, and how we are going to plan this software and system requirements based upon the hardware as well as the software, and analysis. So what are the different types of the analysis we require? So what is the resource scheduling of the will be applied in the analysis part, and the next one is design. So in the design part, we are going to do the architecture of the blueprint of the project. And next one is coding. So here they do the developers will do the coding part here. Okay. And next one is after completion of the coding, so it goes to the testing part. In the testing part, so they're going to verify about the different types of the works will be happen here. So based upon the works, the cost of the project will be estimated. And the last one is operation. It means the project will be or the product will be delivered to the end users. So here, these are the main steps. So each and every, so after completion of the first step only, it goes to the next step. So after second step, then only it will go to the third step. Likewise, so it will move to the each and every step. After completion of the each and every step, only they are going to identify what are the challenging or the issues will be happen in each and every steps. So they're going to analyze what are the inputs, what are the data they require, what are the end of the development cycles, the timing, storage, input or output transfers or will be analyzed here. So that the main drawback in the waterfall model is after completion of each and every stage only they're going to identify what are the main challenging or the issues will be happen and they're going to analyze the what is the cost of the project after completion of the these steps. So here and what are the main necessary steps we require to improve the waterfall model? So one is program design comes first. It means first they're going to design the architecture part of the project. So it will be including the different types of the components, so hardware or the software components. And the next one is documentation. Documentation is one more important criteria for the software project. Why means so after completion of the blueprint of the architecture of the design part, so they need to write each and every component of the architecture part of the data or the design part of the documentation. So when these two things will be completed, then only they're going to allocate the different types of the team members and the models will be distributed so by reading this documentation only accordingly they're going to do the work. So that's why do it twice. So they need to verify about this architecture and the documentation. So they has to repeat the task. Then only plan, control, and monitoring and testing. Okay, after completion of these steps, then the last step is involve the customer. It means they need to discuss about the different types of the clients and the stakeholders and the internal members to develop about the projects. Okay, so here in the conventional software management performance, the first one is first finding and fixing a software problem after delivery cost 100 times more than finding and fixing the problem in early design phase. So it means they need to identify the problem in initial stage, not after delivering the product. Best example recently we have know about in 2021 the Tesla cars. The Tesla cars has called nearly 3.5 lakhs cars, 3.5 lakh cost for the maintenance. It means here the cost of the project or the product is 100 times more. So that's why we need to verify the what are the bugs or the defects in the early stage. So here, when one of the big automobile companies implements a recall for a post-delivery defect, the cost of a repair can be many order of magnitude greater than the cost of fixing the defect during the engineering or the production stage. It means we need to identify in the early stage only what are the defects are happened in the while they're doing the product. It means so they have discussed about the Tesla cars. So in the Tesla cars in 2021, they recalled the 3.5 lakh cars in USA. Why means because the front camera is not working properly. So that is the main reason they have called back the 3.5 lakh cars and the cost of the repair is very, the 100 times of the cost is happened while rectifying this damage or the defective. Next one is you can compress software development schedules 25% of nominal, but not no more. Why means so we need to verify about the what is the schedule. So we need to check that each and every within the stipulated time the project has to be completed. So here we have the reason n% of reduction in schedule would require n% of increase. It means when you are reducing the number of days, so we need to increase the more number of persons of the resources so that they can do the work in a stipulated time without having any overhead and scheduling concurrent activities. It means while you're taking the example, so 100 staff month effort may be achievable in 10 months by 10 people. How about 5 months with 20 people? It means we need to verify about. So when you're minimizing the scheduling, so we need to improve the number of persons and the resources to allocate the resources so that they're going to have the, I mean, so they're going to minimize the works, I mean, aesthetic works during the completion of the works. So that we need to check that only the 25% of completion metric has to be limit for the 7.5 months, so that they can effectively they can work the task within the stipulated time. So that's why uh, we need to verify whether it is a luxury or it is not. So based upon the luxury, we need to schedule the months. We need to increase or the reduce the staff. So here we have the, for example, if you are taking the luxury of a 25-month schedule, you may need only 75 staff months and 3 people. Okay. So next one is, for every $1 you spend on development, you will spend $2 on maintenance. It means here in MNC companies, while they are going to purchase the softwares such as the Unix, Oracle, or Microsoft, or Rose and the Unix operating system, the maintenance cost will be double, or it may be the maintenance is very high. So here, that's why the managers of the one of a kind software projects, on the other hand, really plan to expend this much of software maintenance, because so when they're going to purchase a software project, for example, 2 lakhs, so the maintenance, because every month or once say quarterly or halfly or in a year, they're going to release the different types of the patches of the versions. So they need to each update, and they have to maintain this cost. So the cost of maintenance of the cost is will be double. So that's why this project managers will be worried about the maintenance cost in the software companies. So not only in the software companies, in every organizations, the maintenance cost will be double. And next one is software development and maintenance cost of a function of the number of source lines of code. So here initially, when the problem statement is discussing with the stakeholder and the project manager, so they're going to verify about what are the number of source lines of code will be there. So based upon this number of source lines of code, so that they are going to calculate what is the cost of the project. So this is the mainly primary result of the predominance of custom software development and lack of commercial competence. So here they're going to use the lack of reuse in the inherent of the error. And next one is variations among people account for the biggest difference in software productivity. It means while they're going to hire the with people, they need to hire only the good people, so that when they're going to hire the good people, so that they're going to complete the work in a particular scheduled time or in a stipulated time. They will not estimate the overhype or the underhype here. It means when you're recruiting the good skills of the people, so that whatever the problem you are giving, so they're going to complete the quality of the work within the stipulated time. If you're not recruiting the quality of the people, and we have the 25% of the non-quality of the people and remaining 75% of the quality of people. So when we are allocating this non-quality of the people and the quality of the people in a team as a team members, then there will be a very discrepancy between the projects. So that's why, and the schedule of the projects will be not done within the stipulated time. Means this is a very judgment is a subjective and difficult to choose. Why means they're not cooperating to the quality of the people. So that's why while they're hiring, they need to verify whether this person having the good skills. Okay. The next one is overall ratio of software to hardware cost is still growing. It means in 1955, we have the 15 and 85 ratio of the software as well as the hardware. So in olden days, we have the 85% of the hardware and 15% of the software. But recently, from the 1985 onwards, is a reverse. It means we have the 85% of the software and 15% of the hardware. So we need to verify about the technology and the techniques what we are using in the current era. So to do the project and to calculate the cost of the project. And only about 15% of the software development effort is devoted to the program. It means, so we have the 100%, in the 100%, this cost, only the 15% of the cost will be given for the software development. and remaining 85% the cost will be given for the different types of the stages like requirements and designing part, testing part, planning, project control, and change management, and different types of the tools what they're going to use in the different types of the modules and the project in the project. So that based upon that, this 85% will be allocated on different types of the resource, and only the 15% of the cost will be given to the software development. So here, and the next one is software systems and the products that will cost 3 times as much as SLOC as individual software program. Software system products cost 9 times as much. It means we need to verify about what is the different types of the scaling and the diseconomy of the scale. So that based upon the number of lines in a project, so that the cost will be high or low. So the project is having the more number of lines of the code is very high. It means it will be costing very high. So we need to verify about what is the SLOC in the project. So based upon the SLOC, we need to calculate what is the cost of the project. And next one is walkthroughs catch 60% of the errors. So here the main thing is the testing part. We need to verify about the errors. So it means in the testing part, we need to identify the different types of the bugs, as well as what are the performance and the resource conditions, and what are the control conflicts of the errors between the humans. So while discussing about the different types of the projects of the software programming. Okay. And the last one is 80% of the contributions comes from the 20% of the contributions. So previously we had discussed about when you are hiring the good people, so these good people will be more contributing to the organization of the society. So here we know that 80% of the engineering is covered by the 20% of the requirements, and 80% of the software cost is covered by the 20% of the components, and 80% of the errors are caused by 20% of the components. So 80% of software scrap and rework is caused by the 20% of errors, and 80% of the resources are consumed by 20% of components, and 80% of engineering is accomplished by 20% of tools, and 80% of progress is made by 20% of people. So here, so coming to the conclusion here, so 20% of the people, so when you're hiring the good people, so they're going to progress 80% of the project. Progression is very high here. So the impact is 20% of the contributions. 20% of the contributions will be impacted to the 80% of the contribution in the software project or in the organization. In any organization, so mainly we need to verify about the good skills of the people has to be contribute to the organization. So it will be helping to evaluate the process improvement as well as the technology improvement in the conventional software management. So that it will be helpful.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.